Hello, guys. Bob here. So I finally had a chance to go see Tenet, and I enjoyed it. It was a good movie. There was a lot to digest, though, but it had good action sequences. The effects were good. Acting was good. It's Christopher Nolan, so the direction and cinematography and all that stuff, that was going to be good. But given the amount to digest in this movie, I definitely want to see it a second time. I don't know if I'm going to make it to the theater to see it a second time. It will probably be something that I give an updated review on when I get the disc to watch at home. But the story itself, I mean, it's fairly straightforward. The explanation as to why some things were moving backwards in time and everything, the parts that you saw in the trailer, it flowed a lot better than I thought it might just from watching the trailer. And it was, like I say, it was a good movie. It was well written, but it's a lot to digest. Robert Pattinson was good. I didn't know what to think I was going to see with that because my only big experiences with him were, of course, Cedric Diggory and Harry Potter, and then what little bit of parts of experience with the Twilight franchise I have. So I wasn't sure what I'd get. He did a good job. Still on the fence about him being Batman, but I at least think that he can possibly pull it off pretty good now. There's a chance he can do good, I guess. We'll wait to pass judgment until we see the film next year. Assuming it comes out next year. The rest of the performances were good. John David Washington as the protagonist was good. Elizabeth Debicki was good. I can't really tell you what all these people do without giving away plot, and I really don't want to do that because it's a movie you really need to come into with an open mind and just watch it and digest it and then probably work on it again. But first part of this review, I'm going to close by giving my rating of the movie. I am going to reserve the right to change the review when I review it when I see the film a second time. I'm going to I may bump it up, I may bump it down, I may leave it right where it is. But I'll just do that when I buy it. I'm assuming the film will come out on 4K, Blu-ray. Whenever I buy the physical media version of the film, will be when when you guys find out if my rating stays the same. But I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It's a very good film. Solid. I didn't like it as well as I liked Inception, which is really the closest comp out of the Nolan movies. But there's a lot to follow and a lot to watch. And again, performances are good. Oh, I forgot to say Kenneth. I can't ever say his name right. Kenneth Bragan or whatever his name is a good villain. So Tenet has grossed to this point a grand total. It's an estimated 29 point. It's not. Yeah, it's 29.5 million is the estimated gross in domestic markets. I really don't think that's going to be enough to convince studios to start releasing things. Warner has already pushed Wonder Woman back to Christmas. I think Universal moved the Candyman remake from October to sometime in 2021. Again, I wouldn't be surprised to see Bond move from November. I may be wrong. But these numbers are not good when they're compared to what these numbers are not good when trying to look for enthusiasm to restart the theater business, because the movies as a whole for new releases generated roughly 15 million this weekend, and someone worked that out online. There's an article on IndieWire. Work that out, and that comes to roughly $5,000 per theater. And that doesn't, by the time you consider all their expenses, because remember, they don't get to keep all that $5,000. About half to a little more than half goes back to the studios for showing the film. That's their cut. So that means they have to have all their operating expenses, which would be their utilities, between their electricity, because it takes power to run that stuff, and air conditioning and all that good stuff. The help, got to make, if they're renting the building, if the theater doesn't actually own it, they've got to make rental payments, or if they own the building and it's fairly new, they've probably got to make building payments. It's just one of those deals that isn't going to generate a lot of revenue, but it's good to have new releases at the movie theaters again. Unfortunately, I don't think we're at a point where people feel comfortable going yet. Again, I felt comfortable. Then again, I was literally the only person in there to watch this movie. So, in fact, I kind of think at the time I pulled up and went in, there was like 2 other cars in the parking lot, and I think they were both employees of the theater. So I think I was the only one the only patron in the whole theater. And this was Saturday afternoon, mind you. But that's typically a time you think the theaters are going to be a little more full, but under normal circumstances. I realize this isn't normal circumstances, but it's kind of, I wish the Tenet would have done a little better, because I think that would have motivated the studios to go ahead and push forward with some of their high-profile releases. But I just hope the movie theaters can find a way to, because it's going to get to a point where, like Tenet and Unhinged or New Mutants or whatever the new movie is that they're showing, isn't going to be drawing anybody in anymore. And so they'll have to either close down again or show old movies again. I'd like to see them show like old horror movies. That'd be awesome. But for October, but hopefully these theaters can find a way to stay afloat watching these old movies, or showing these older movies, and hopefully we can get back to the cinema fairly soon, and all this stuff will die down, and things will return to at least somewhat more normal circumstances. Tenet has made almost $200 million worldwide, so it does have that going for it. So it's not all gloom and doom. It's just kind of gloom and doom right here in the United States at the moment, as far as the theater industry. But it'll come out of all this stuff's cyclical. We just have to hope the theaters can hang on. But again, I'm giving Tenet an 8 out of 10. Thought it was very good. And I can't wait to watch it again. It may end up, since we're getting ready to go into harvest, it may end up being a second viewing is on physical media in my home. And when it does, I can't wait I can't wait to see it again, and maybe it'd be a little easier to digest. But there's a lot to digest in that film. But it was very good. That's all I've got for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content of this video, please give me a like. Please consider subscribing to this channel. I try to have new content daily. Doesn't always work that way, but that's my overarching goal. Follow me on Facebook or Twitter. Just search for Bob the Film Guy. And for now, stay safe, everyone. This is Bob, signing off.